There seems to be a revolution happening at Volvo. The Scandinavian manufacturer, which of course is now owned by the Chinese automotive giant Geely, is producing one spectacular new car after another. It all started with the very stylish and very aspirational XC90 SUV, and now we have this car, the S90, a full-sized sedan, which hopefully, certainly from Volvo's point of view, will establish the brand even more firmly in the premium segment. Gone are the days when Volvo was considered a quirky left-of-centre brand with a penchant for brusque styling and sterling safety. The S90 is the next step in a new model offensive that will see Volvo launch at least one brand new model every year for the next 5 years, including a compact SUV to be badged the XC40, as well as an all-new premium compact sedan. The S90 builds on the design language first adopted by the XC90, but translates the clarity and purpose of the SUV's aesthetics in an elegant, graceful sedan context. The S90 is a big car, bigger than an E-Class, bigger than a BMW 5 Series, and aimed very much in that segment. But despite its dimensions, it does look quite sleek, quite elegant, and certainly very sophisticated. Trademark features, those front Thor's hammer headlights, which give it a very specific and very identifiable touch. Also an unusual concave front grille, upright and very brightly surfaced with chrome. From the rear, a little bit more conservative, maybe perhaps even slightly generic, but put it this way, you won't mistake this car for anything else but a Volvo. The rear styling isn't as plain Jane as it appears at first sight though. The LED taillights add visual zest when lit, and the subtle integration of the boot spoiler suggests a measure of dynamic intent. The same goes for the large exhaust tailpipes. Indeed, the S90 has plenty of on-road presence from every angle, and it's a welcome departure from the luxury car norm. The proportions carry the car's size and weight well, with just enough aggression to create a poised, even athletic impression. The S90 shares its interior design with the XC90, and as a result, it's one of the highlights of the car. It has the same portrait-shaped central display and a lack of switchgear and buttons because everything is operated from the central screen. It's ergonomically intuitive, it's really fun to use, and it is definitely one of the best in the business. The simplicity of the Volvo's layout is in stark contrast to other brands, where a high level of tech and sophistication often translates into a sea of switchgear, complex screen arrays, and clunky user interfaces. In the case of the S90, the iPad-like central display creates an intuitive gateway to the extensive features list while keeping the button and control tally to a minimum. Real wood, real leather, and real metal translate into an air of authenticity that confirms the car's premium status. This particular example of the S90 is the D5 Inscription, which means it's powered by a 2-litre turbodiesel engine producing 173 kilowatt of maximum power linked to 480 newton meters of torque. 2 litres probably sounds a bit small for a car as big as this, but it's part of Volvo's modular engine philosophy, and certainly on the road those 173 kilowatts do feel more than powerful enough. The gearbox is an 8-speed automatic, and all-wheel drive adds some real composure and confidence to the car on the road. The 4-cylinder diesel engine could be accused of falling short in refinement terms, but it does offer good load-on torque, allowing for responsive dynamics and strong in-gear tractability. Let's also not forget Volvo's focus on safety, evident here by an impressive arsenal of active and passive safety systems. A particular highlight is Pilot Assist, which delivers semi-autonomous driving by allowing the driver to take his or her hands off the wheel for up to 15 seconds at speeds of up to 130 kilometers an hour. The S90 is an elegant and sophisticated car, and that's exactly the way it drives as well. You almost feel cocooned, isolated from the outside. Inside, things are quite serene and obviously very luxurious. A lot of power from this diesel engine means that it is effortless also in terms of acceleration, and surprisingly, given the size of the car, the handling both predictable and quite enjoyable. Volvo's engineers have been able to add an unexpected level of wieldiness to the S90's road manners. thanks in part to a supple suspension that never becomes soggy. It's no lightweight, and you can feel the inertia through tighter corners, but the steering is surprisingly communicative, allowing close rapport between car and driver. All-wheel drive ensures that there's never a shortage of traction, but ploughing into a tight corner with too much enthusiasm will evoke some mild speed-scrubbing understeer. Excellent brakes add further confidence. It's a tough time to sell a new car in South Africa, and particularly if that car is in the premium bracket and large like the SC90. But for Volvo, this is a key model. It's the second of an expected longer lineage of brand new cars, and it symbolizes exactly where the brand is heading. So don't expect this car to sell in tremendous volumes. That'll come later with some of its smaller cars. But as an example of what the Swedish brand can do, this is a pretty convincing car. A willing, torquey turbodiesel engine and slick-shifting auto gearbox are a good match for the new S90's supple chassis and nimble steering, creating a composed and effortless executive sedan. The interior is one of the best in the business in comfort and ergonomic terms, and safety levels are best in class. The engine's slight lack of refinement is the only chink in the Volvo's otherwise shining armour.